Hey y'all, welcome to day one of Vlogmas. I am so excited to be doing Vlogmas this year. I've gone back and forth about if I'm going to do it and what it's going to look like. I just thought it would be super fun to share my Advent goodies with you, plus a little bit of a day in a life vlog with all of you. I honestly don't know what this is gonna look like because this is my first year doing it, and my biggest fear is I'm just gonna forget. You know how you just like have your routine every day, and I'm not used to recording things, so bear with me. I was trying to be like super cute this morning and like record parts of me like getting my coffee and things like that. And the first like 5 little videos that I did were all in portrait mode instead of landscape. So once I start editing these videos, I so excited to be doing Advents this year. Advents are something new for me. I had heard about it and I'm just like, I don't really understand. So it took me a long time to wrap my brain around it. And last year, by the time I decided, okay, I want to buy an Advent, I want to join in all the fun, they were all sold out. This year, I was ready when one of my favorite yarn dyers announced that her Advents were available in her shop. I went ahead and purchased one, and I want to say it was back in like June or July. So as you saw in the video, I opened them first thing in the morning, and I am just going to share with you again. I have 3 Advents this year. One of them is a swap that I did, and this was day 1's. I love that it's already balled up. And her cute little note said it's an unknown dyer, which is fun. I really love scrappy projects, so this is definitely going to be a scrappy project. I'm not sure what I want to make yet. I still have not decided what I want to make with my Advents. I keep going back and forth and back and forth. I think with my swap Advent, I'm going to start some kind of scrappy granny project, and I don't know what that's going to be yet. But as of right now, that is my plan for this. Then I can just add to it with my other sock weight scraps. So we'll see about that. Ruby and Roses day 1. Oh, y'all, it's so gorgeous. Look at that. Y'all know I love some speckles, and it is just so pretty. I also love her control for speckles because I don't have a lot of self-control when it comes to speckling yarn, so I'm kind of all over the place, but super pretty. Still haven't decided what I'm going to make with her Advent yet. Kind of leaning towards a shawl because I really enjoy wearing shawls, but I'm also thinking about making an adventurous scarf by Toni Lipsy because I really like her patterns. This is the adventurous scarf. And I love her juniper cowl pattern. I think I've made 3 or 4 of these now, and it's just one of my favorite things to wear, and it's so much fun to make. So I'm kind of leaning towards making the adventurous scarf. I'm also thinking instead of doing the adventurous scarf that I may make it a little bit wider and do a wrap with the pattern. I haven't looked at the pattern yet, so I don't know how easy it's going to be to adjust, but we will see. So this was day 1 of Ruby and Roses. Advent calendar number 3 is my Advent calendar. I decided to keep one for myself this year. It's a little different. It is a 12-day Advent and it's 50-gram minis. The thought of having to dye 24 20-gram minis and then pack them for each order is just super overwhelming for me. I decided last year when I jumped into offering Advents that I was going to do the 50-gram minis, and I really like them because you get a lot of yarn and you can also pair some of them and make several different projects. So it may not be for everybody. It is super fun to get the little mini skeins, but I also really like the 50 grams because you get a lot of yarn and I feel like you have so many more options. So here's day 1 of my Advent. And this colorway is called Feeling Frosty. I decided to keep my Lush sock base. Now I'm kind of regretting not going with DK weights. I have these other 2 sock weight Advents. Next year, I'm probably going to keep a DK weight of mine. I absolutely love working with sock weight, but it takes me forever and I have a bunch of other projects. So having 3 sock weight Advents, I feel like I'm going to be a little impatient wanting to finish something. In each one of the ALC Yarns Advents, there's some kind of extra little goodie. And in day 1, it was a Werther's original and it's the coffee flavor. I am a little bit obsessed with these. So I was like, you know what? I should share some of like my favorite things in there. So this was day 1's goodie. All right, y'all, those are the Advents for day 1. I had such a fun day, and in full transparency, I'm actually recording this the next day because I forgot to record me talking about day one. Yesterday was a little bit of a different day for me. It was out of my routine. So when things are out of my routine, I tend to forget. Anybody else like that? Anyways, normally throughout the week, I get up about 4:30 in the morning and I have my coffee, take care of all the animals. At about 6 o'clock, I meet my friend and we go walking. Depending on the weather, if it's like super cold or if it's raining, we work out in my garage. Yes, I'm a redneck. My husband bought some like weight benches and I don't know, some kind of little thing where it has weights and stuff like that to work out on. My friend Casey and I were wondering, okay, what are we going to do in the winter? Because we really enjoy our walks, we really enjoy working out. And I'm like, well, my husband bought a bunch of this workout equipment and he's really not using it. So why don't we work out in my garage? So we started doing that, and it's a lot of fun because we both don't know what we're doing, so we're just kind of winging it. The last few weeks when it's been like really cold or rainy, that's what we do. We go in the garage. So we do some kind of workout or walk Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. It was super dark yesterday morning, so I didn't really record very much. And I'm the weirdo that has one of those headlamps that I just put on top of my hat. And when it's really dark, I just turn my headlamp on so we can kind of see what we're doing. I have zero depth perception when it's dark or when it's starting to get dark. So I mainly do this for my safety so I don't like trip over my own feet or something. After our walk, I came home and I did a little bit of work on my computer. I worked on getting my December Yarn Club inserts designed and ordered. And I checked some email, responded to some emails and things like that. And I don't really remember what all I did, but I worked for about an hour and a half, 2 hours just on like computer stuff. Then my sweet mother-in-law and I went Christmas shopping, which was super fun. I introduced her to Home Goods last year, and we both love that store. So we went over to Oxford, which is about 40 minutes or so from where we live, and we hit up Home Goods, and then we went to Marshall's. Let me tell you, Home Goods had a few Frenchy things, and then Marshall's had several like Frenchy blankets, and I can't remember what else they had. Oh, they had a cute little Frenchy like manicure set that's like perfect to slide in your purse. Feel like Home Goods and Marshall's are the type of store that you could literally go in like 10 times and walk around and still not see everything. So I can't wait to go back and just like hunt for Frenchie stuff. I'm on the hunt for a Frenchie coffee mug and I just have this idea of the perfect one. So it's been kind of fun searching for those. When I was in Phoenix, what month did I even go to Phoenix? Y'all, it's been so crazy. Was it September? I can't remember. I think it was the end of September, or no, it was October. So when I was in Phoenix last month, my mom and I went on the hunt for Frenchie mugs, and that was really fun. We went to those two stores, and then she treated me to lunch at Chicken Salad Chick. We both really like Chicken Salad Chick, but my husband's not going to eat there, and her husband will eat there. My father-in-law is the sweetest. He will eat there. But he just prefers other places. So we really enjoyed just going and eating and talking. Then after lunch, we went over to Belk to see if we can find some more Christmas gifts, and then we came home. I'm not a real big shopper, so that's kind of like my ideal shopping trip, is going to like a few stores, eating some lunch, and then coming home. After we got done shopping, I had a little bit more work to do and I didn't have a lot of daylight left. So I wash yarn on my back porch just because I can set everything up and just have a really good workflow. Plus, I don't have to worry about like getting water everywhere. So it's not always fun when it's cold or when it's really, really hot, but I just make it work. So anyways, I had some yarn to wash up from the dye day that I had the day before. I'm dyeing up some really fun tweeds, and I'm dyeing some tonals for another fun project that I can't really talk about right now. I really, really enjoy it when I can get in the dye room and just dye yarn for fun, and I don't have like a theme or I have to like stay super organized and on task. I can kind of just not think about it and just jump in and throw dye on yarn. So those are always some of my favorite days. I'm actually planning on getting back in the dye room today for a little bit before I have to jump in and start dyeing December's yarn club. So December's yarn club theme is snow day, and I already have so many ideas for the yarn. Literally the last 2 nights I have been dreaming about the yarn colors, and like I've been dyeing yarn in my sleep. Like it's like a whole new level of crazy yarn lady. Let me tell you about the 2 projects that I'm like consistently working on right now. One of them is a gift, and it's a pair of sassy fingerless gloves. Y'all, this black tonal, oh my gosh. I very rarely use black yarn. I think I've only made one other thing with black yarn, and it was very small. I think it was like an ear warmer. But I know this color is going to be absolutely perfect for the person I'm gifting them to. Plus, I really wanted to see this color worked up. This is one of my classic collection tonals called Can't See Me, because I think I'm funny. The biggest reason why I don't use black yarn is because I feel like I'm working blind, like I'm either knitting or crocheting blind. So I just thought Can't See Me was the perfect name for this. This is just such a beautiful tonal with different shades of like black and like a really, really dark charcoal gray color. So this is the first one. And one of my tricks for making stuff that has a pair is as soon as you finish the first one, start the next one. So I literally just started the foundation chain, and I think I made, I don't know, like 10 or 12. And then I had to start a pair of socks with a colorway that I'm obsessed with. So I haven't worked too much on these, and I really need to because I want to get a lot of my gift making done so I can get to selfish makes. Really not making a whole lot of gifts this year because I just don't have time. So this is how far I've gotten on the cuff. As you saw in the videos, it's really hard to get anything done with a puppy. Most of my crochet and knitting time is in the mornings while I'm having my coffee before I go and work out. And then late in the evenings when my husband's home and we're kind of relaxing in our recliners. He's usually watching something on TV and I'm just sitting there crocheting or knitting. And if I'm sitting in my chair, most of the time Samson is going to be up there with me, or he's in my husband's chair, but he loves to jump back and forth. So it's a little bit chaotic. Here is the second project that I'm working on, and it is a pair of DK weight socks. It's just a vanilla sock. It's the crazy sock ladies vanilla sock pattern on DK weight, and I'm obsessed with this colorway. We have had a cold snap the last few weeks, and I'm the type of person that I cannot sleep with socks on or anything on my feet, but I had a few pairs of DK weight socks that I made last year. I'm pretty sure it was last year. I've been putting them on in the evenings and going to bed in them and waking up and they're still on my feet. Like my feet are comfortable, they don't get too hot or too cold. Now I want to make all of the DK weight socks for this coming winter so my feet won't be freezing all night. And like I said earlier, I'm actually recording this on day 2 because I forgot yesterday. So this is where I started day 1 of Vlogmas, and then this is where I started day 2. I love DK weight socks because they work up so fast. All right, that is day one of Vlogmas, and this is gonna be fun to see how this goes. Ideally, my plan for Vlogmas is to record in real time as I'm opening up the advents and then edit them that day and upload them the next day. That way I don't give away any surprises for people that haven't opened their advents yet, so it's gonna be kind of like a day later. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm gonna try very hard to upload a video every day. But if life gets crazy and I can't keep up with the every single day editing and uploading, I may group a few days together and upload like that. I really want this to be something that brings me joy and I can share that joy with all of you, and it doesn't cause any additional stress, especially this time of year. So I just kind of wanted to talk that out with you because I know a lot of people that do Vlogmas upload every single day. I also really need to podcast. I have been wanting to podcast since I got back home from Phoenix, but life has been really crazy. I had family come visit and they were here almost 2 weeks. It was really nice to visit with them and have such a good time. It was really chaotic though with a puppy. And then I run my business out of my home. So my guest bedroom is almost like a little mini warehouse. And then my office is, of course, my yarn room. A lot of times my guest bedroom is where I put any yarn that's like hanging to dry. And then it also overflows into like my living room and dining room and things like that. So having my guest bedroom actually be for guests, and then my dad slept in my office on an air mattress, it was really crazy. And I had advent calendar yarn like hanging everywhere. Like I had it off in my bedroom. At one point we moved all of my dad's stuff out of my office and hung all of the advent in here for like an entire day to have fans going on it and stuff like that to try to go ahead and get it dry. And then that evening, like before we went to bed, we were all like moving yarn. It was like musical yarn. We were like moving yarn all over the house. Like, okay, where can I put this? Where can I put this? Because I didn't want anything getting on the yarn, and I didn't want my puppy to try to eat the yarn, which he's really good about it now. When I'm hanging yarn up, he gets a little curious and he may sniff it, but I think he knows now, like, don't touch that. But I still don't want to take any chances. So it was super fun. It was an adventure for sure. After they left, I jumped into getting advents ready to ship out, and then my November yarn club, and then a shop update for Black Friday. So that was like non-stop for several weeks, and I was tired. Let me tell you, I was tired. So a podcast episode is on my list for next week because I also have a giveaway winner to announce from the July Yarn Club reveal video. So that's super exciting. Okay, that is a wrap for day one of Vlogmas. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know if you got advents this year and if you're making anything with yours or what your plan is. I think I want to open a few more days of mine, then decide on at least one project and get started. This is the thing. I have to keep telling myself, if I decide on a project and I get started and I don't like it, I can always change my mind. So until tomorrow, happy yarning.